Hello, Good Tree. This is Paul, here to answer some questions you might have regarding creation according to the Bible. We are going through the New Answers book number 1, 25 questions and 25 answers. Today, we're going to cover chapter 4 and answer the question, don't creationists deny the laws of nature? Everything in the universe is bound by laws. Things don't just happen for no reason. The universe works and moves the way it does because of the laws of nature, such as the laws of gravity and thermodynamics. This is exactly what the Bible tells us in Jeremiah 33:25 when it says that God has fixed the order of heaven and earth. So Christians don't deny the laws of nature but wholeheartedly agree with them and believe the Bible teaches them. Instead, the question becomes, where did these laws of nature come from? Atheists have no answer for this question, but Christians do. The laws of this universe must have come from the Creator, who is also the lawgiver. What are these laws of nature and how do they point to God? One of the laws of nature is the law of life, or biogenesis. This law states that life only comes from life, and this is what we see and observe in the universe. Life reproduces life after its own kind. This is consistent with what we see in the Bible, where God supernaturally creates all life and then ordains them to reproduce after their own kind. Evolutionists don't believe in the God who supernaturally created all life, and therefore are unable to explain where the first life came from. In fact, their theory of spontaneous generation actually goes against the law of biogenesis. Some other laws of nature are the laws of chemistry. These laws give certain properties to the elements in the universe that make them act in certain ways. They explain why helium makes balloons fly, and why ice floats in water, and why salt can make crystals. These properties aren't randomly given to the elements, but are very logical. So logical, in fact, that they can be organized into a periodic table. Where did this logical order of properties found in the elements come from? It must have come from God. There are also laws of planetary motion. These laws describe how planets move in the universe. They describe how planets don't actually circle the sun but move in an oval shape, and when they get close to the sun they move faster than when they are further away. These laws are not actually fundamental laws, but laws that came from other natural laws, such as the laws of physics. The laws of physics describe the phenomena of the universe at its most fundamental levels. These laws include gravity and thermodynamics and are usually what explain much of the other laws of the universe. Because many laws of nature come from the laws of physics, these laws are considered fundamental. However, one must ask where these most fundamental laws came from. If other laws of nature came from the laws of physics, where did the laws of physics come from? People who don't believe in God have no explanation as to where these laws came from, but Christians know that they came from a God who made the universe and made all its laws. We're going to look at some more laws of the universe. These laws are descriptions of the observable facts regarding how our universe works. One of these observations are universal constants. These are properties of our universe that are constant and unchanging, such as the force of gravity and the mass of electrons. The universe is only able to work the way that it does because these things remain constant and unchanging. The anthropic principle is a word used to describe how all the laws of nature and universal constants are set to exactly what is needed for life to be possible. If any of these laws or constants were even a little different from what they are now, life couldn't exist. For example, if the Earth was just a little closer to the sun, everything would burn up. But if the Earth was just a little further from the sun, everything would freeze. The universe is fine-tuned to exactly what it needs to be to make life possible. Secular scientists think that this is the luckiest coincidence in the world, but Christians know that this is the work of an all-knowing and all-powerful God. Let's now look at the law of mathematics. When we think about the universe and nature, math might not always be the first thing that comes to mind, but the fact is that the laws of nature are all very mathematical. And this is because math is a language of logic. Math is like a transcendent truth, something that must be true. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4, even if there is a world without gravity. This is because math isn't something that anyone invented, but something we discovered. Another transcendent truth is the laws of logic. They dictate reason and understanding, and are the only way we can know that we know what we know. These transcendent truths and laws have to be accepted first before any other scientific discovery can be accepted. In fact, we can only trust science because the scientific method of observable and repeatable experiments are grounded in the laws of logic. To accept science, we must first accept logic. But atheists can't explain where these laws of logic came from, but Christians know that it came from a very logical and divine lawgiver. Perhaps the most important thing about these laws is the uniformity of nature. These laws are never changing and stay the same yesterday, today, and forever. Gravity doesn't just stop existing one day. 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5 on weekends. These laws are uniform in nature and always stay the same. That's why we can rely on them and trust these laws. The reason that these laws stay the same and never change is because there is a never-changing God who is constantly sustaining the universe. Because God is the same yesterday and today and forever, and He is the one who made the universe and continues to sustain it in His power, the laws of nature will always remain and never change. We've seen that our universe is able to work and move the way that it does only because of the laws of nature. The universe and all its laws are so complex and so detailed precisely to be exactly what it needs to be. This is a structure and organization that no person could ever create or even imagine. Secular scientists can't explain where these complex and detailed laws came from, but rely on them anyways. Christians know that it is only an all-powerful and all-knowing God who is able to create such a complex universe, and it's because an all-powerful and all-knowing God created this universe and its laws that we can rely on them.